Similjan, and welcome to another replay cast. Today we are looking at the game in the 113, the Chinese tier 10 heavy tank. Really good matchmaking here with only 2 tier 10s per team. And when you are a top tier heavy tank in this kind of matchmaking, you must make sure that you at least put your mark on the game and make sure that you played aggressive and active enough to not lose your team the game, and that's what I'll try to do. So usually my first play on Ensk here is just to see and try to shoot people crossing the rails, but we see absolutely nothing, and that is kind of worrying in a way that could mean that most of their team is just on the 7-8-9 line. So I decided to just go straight forwards, full retard as they say, and even though most of the time you should never go full retard in matchmaking like this, I felt that I can afford to, so that is exactly what I will do here and now. So the 113 did get buffed in, what was it, 9.14 or the patch before it, I don't even fucking remember anymore. But anyways, this tank did get buffed pretty significantly. The reload time improved by quite a lot, and the gun depression was improved from, I think it was 3 or 4 to 5 now. So pretty good improvements overall on the tank. It definitely became much better, and it definitely completely well, let's put it this way, the 121 became completely obsolete with the buff on this thing. There's no reason anybody should ever play the 121 after they buffed this one, and now just bouncing shots with my ass, almost feeling like Russian here. A really bad tank to find yourself fighting in an angle like this, but it should be fine as long as I can remain like reasonably angled at least. So I turned toward the 3090, but that probably was a mistake. Well, it kind of was. There's nothing there to really do for me, so let's just keep pushing forwards. These rails provide me pretty nice cover. I still have a lot of tanks on the other side, on my side of the map, so they will always be able to cover me if the enemies decide to go for me. And this T-54 is going, but he doesn't notice that I'm even here, and I'll be able to shoot him for free. That's exactly what I'll do, and I'll probably be able to finish him off. He did not notice me though until I shot him. That's gonna be quite a common theme here. So the only guy that really has paid attention to me so far, well, even that 113 only started paying attention to me after I shot him in the face. So the only one really that gave a shit was that 1390, and to an extent the Bulldog as well. So the 113 gets a shot while I was side scraping, but he like gives me the easiest lower play shot of the history. And now I do have this pattern on the left that I somehow cannot spot. Now he gets spotted and I can actually shoot him easily. Kind of weird how the bushes work here, and the 113 fucks up, and to be fair, I'm completely fine with that. I can just go and shoot somebody else. That was a really bad shot. But yeah, I can easily go and shoot somebody else now when the 113 just left, and I can probably kill their Patton, their KB4, and their IS4 at the same time here. The Patton as well didn't pay any attention to me until I shot him, and this LTTB doesn't pay any attention to me until never, I guess. The Patton shoots me, well, I guess the only reason why he did it because I shot him before. And now this LTTB should be a really easy kill as well, as it is an LTTB and I am driving a 113. LTTB probably can't even reach my lower plate or any kind of side in a reasonable angle, so this tank is probably the least dangerous tank in all the fucking game for the 113. Anyways, we pick up that one, and now we are going behind these fuckers, and they still do not realize that I'm behind them, which is hilarious in a lot of ways. And I'm not sure if the IS4 was turning for me initially, but now he definitely is turning for me. And I kind of want to finish up the KV4, but I'm not gonna like sabotage my excellent position against this IS4 to shoot the KV4. Now I will do it though. I don't have to do too much anyways there. And like, IS4 in general is kind of favored against the 113. It depends obviously on positioning, but in this position, no. He can't use a lot of gun depression. I can pet him like cheese, and I probably will fuck up his engine as well. So note to self, do not ass hug 113s when you drive an IS4. Pay attention to the map more than once every 4 hours when you play the IS4 as well. Like seriously, nobody in the enemy team shot me first, apart from the 3090. Bulldog tried, but it was a Bulldog, so it didn't even matter. So like that, we pick up 6k damage and 5 kills already. Trying to go for this IS-3 for the Top Gun, but not meant to be, so we need to turn around and go for the Leopard and the 1390 instead. And I have to say, I've played like close to 50k games, but I don't remember the last time at tier 10 I met such amount of ignorance in the enemy team. Like, they literally, nobody paid attention, and I killed them all. That's kind of funny to me, at least, and doesn't happen too often, and maybe isn't the game I should showcase on YouTube, because this shit really won't work all that often for you. But either way, it's kind of funny, so why the fuck not, right? And for those of you who are looking, like, my opinion, this tank is now as good as the E5 or the i7. Fuck no, it's not. It's as good as now, like, E50M, like, second tier mediums, like the Leopard 30B, all that stuff. Well, it's not even close to the E5. It's not really close to the i7 and the Object 140, but it's on the net level of the next mediums, like STB1, E50M, Leopard 30B. It's like that kind of level of power of this tank now. I mean, it's not terrible. You can definitely feel the buff, and it definitely wasn't necessary, but it still does not compete with tanks like the E5 at all. And now, trying to chase down these fuckers, the speed of this thing comes in quite handy here. Should be able to catch out this Leopard unless he went straight for the rails, and he actually didn't, so we have a pretty easy shot. I could stop here to make this more convenient for myself, or I could just shoot on the move as well. Either way works, it doesn't really matter. Now the 3090 hasn't been spotted for weeks now, so he probably is going to come from the north, and that's exactly where we're going to go to pick him up as well. And for those of you who were concerned about looking at the buff nerf stats on this day, actually did nerf some stats on accuracy and aiming time, but in general the tank's aiming remained the same. They buffed some stuff stats, so, you know, complete bullshit there. But anyways, the tank never was handling as a medium, and it really isn't now anyways. The E5's gun handling is still better, but this is not far from it, and with an upgraded reload, as long as you can just nail your shots properly, you can actually out BPM pretty much every tier 10 heavy, apart from the FV215B these days. So the buff definitely was needed, and that game's pretty silly as well. So let's look at the end plates now. Ace Tanker, Top Gun, High Caliber, 6,168 damage done, 1,178 assisted, 2,000 experience earned with premium, and 7 kills picked up as well, and 1,345 experience picked up as well. A really, really silly game. I would really not recommend this tactic unless you really, really trust your instincts, and most of the time it probably will work like ass, but this time it worked perfectly, so I decided to share it with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay cast, and I'll see you on the next one.